Hello, Kira Jean Roberts of Wholly Aligned, helping you live a life in alignment. Today, just a short practice to focus on a specific pose actually, which I don't often do, but I think it's quite interesting to work with this particular pose, Hanumanasana. Hanuman, so the mythical story goes, was the monkey god who flew across the mountain in a splits pose. So he did this leaping. And so it's essentially splits. Hanumanasana is the Sanskrit name for it. So if you did gymnastics at school, you might have had a little play around. Might never have got there. I remember working very hard when I was younger to attain that splits. I could only ever get it one way. Box splits, forget it. So just see how you go. It's a lot of emphasis into the hip girdle, into the quadriceps, the muscles down the front of the thighs, and also the hamstrings, the good old hammies at the backs of the thighs. So I'm dedicating this to my lovely client, Nicole, who I've been working with for a number of years now, and I love her dearly, and she is very inspirational to me in terms of her strength and her enthusiasm. And she's somebody who is coming up to retirement. I hope she won't mind me saying that, but it's just one of the people who is most full of life that I know, and I'm working with her on Hanumanasana. So we're seeing if we can get her into splits by Christmas. And it might happen, it might not, really doesn't matter, but we're having fun along the way doing so. So maybe let that be your dedication to somebody who is inspiring in your life, who you admire, who resonates with you, because that's a beautiful thing to offer our practice up in that way. So let's just start. I would like you to consider that you've probably done some sort of additional practice before coming to this. Certainly don't be cold and unwarm coming into something like this, because these are quite deep poses. So you might want to, it might be that maybe you've gone for a run and you can come and do this when the muscles are warm, or you've done a fuller yoga practice. So this is not for a beginner to launch themselves into something really overwhelming. So just a little side note there. We'll start with just opening up into the groins with trusty Baddha Konasana bound angle. So let the soles of the feet come together. See how everything feels in the inner thighs and the groins, and how indeed it feels for the thigh bones to be in this external rotation. So they're moving away from the midline of the body. You might prefer to just, you can even massage out the buttock tissue a little bit, loosen that up. Or you can take a nice big inhale, lift the chest, and then fold somewhere. Fold somewhere, might be a millimeter. Because we're emphasizing the hips, see if you can fold with a sense of length through the spine rather than slumpy McSlump. Nothing wrong per se with slumpy McSlump, but see if you can lift and open up the chest, just because that's going to help you go a little bit more into the groins, and you can encourage, if you wish, letting the elbows open things out. 3 more deep breaths here. Shimmying into your hips, your lovely hips. Okay, good, and release. Right, let's come into some lunging. So coming with the right foot forwards, and directionally the left knee is moving back in space. Now, of course, that is going to depend on how things are feeling in the thigh. And you want to also be mindful that you don't overstretch into the hip flexors. It is very much a process. And we're going to suggest that we just stay down on tented fingertips, just to allow gravity to do its magic into the hips. Let there be, if that hurts the hands and the hands need to go flat, or you want books or blocks to let the hands come higher, that's absolutely fine. But we're really just opening up the front left thigh here, those quadriceps. Whew. Sighing out the mouth can be like letting up steam. So do it if it feels good. 3 more breaths, sinking into that left hip. allowing all the while for there to be some stability into the front foot. So the alignment, the shaping is making sense to your body. And it doesn't matter, you don't need to be as deep as this. You might be deeper, you might be far less, and that's okay, that's your body. Well done. We're going to keep this foot forward, so right foot forward. We're going to track the hips back. Can you see that the left hip stays under on top of the left knee? So this is our Ardha. Ardha means half. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So again, if you're tight in the hamstrings, you're not going to want to straighten the leg here, and that's fine. So you can start with a bent knee. Again, if you need to be up on blocks here, I would recommend that you're on something, because if you come up all the way, it can make you wobble a little bit. So better to work with a bent knee and allow the fold to happen. You might start to explore opening up the back of the leg and maybe coming down into the hands. But this is, this might take you years to get here, or you might already be very open in the backs of the legs. Again, there's no rights or wrongs here. It's just always meeting yourself where you're at. Just be aware of referred tension happening in the shoulder girdle. Feel that the sides of the neck are long. And you're flushing through the back of the leg. 3 more breaths. These kind of stretches also, these poses are great for runners and cyclists. Cyclists, sorry. Runnists and cyclers. Well done. Ease that away. Okay, take that foot back. Step the left foot forwards jubilantly. So excited that we've got the other side to do. Send that right knee back in space. And just listen to your body as to, okay, where am I going on this side? Indeed, where do I need to be? And can you see that my spine is long? Shoulders soft down from the ears. Relax the jaw. Breathe. Keep coming up. Three more breaths. And then we track the hips back and start to maybe shimmy the foot forwards a little bit, allowing it to come onto the anchor point of the heel. And then whatever makes sense. I know this sometimes can make the hands and the wrists a bit tired, so you can reposition the hands. Just make sure that it's a placement that makes sense and that isn't some strange kind of distortion or contortion or pushing into one finger more than the other. And yeah, I feel a bit tighter on this side. Whew! So just see, maybe you straighten it off, maybe you maintain a bend. 3 more breaths. Well done. Gently ease that away. Okay, so right foot steps forwards again. We go back into our lunge, and if you wish to just stay here again, that's absolutely fine. The offering is to bend the back knee and reach for the foot, which is really a deep quad lunge. So just see how it feels. Rest the right forearm to the right thigh to find your balance. And then just let yourself be there. A little wibbly wobbly going on there. Just feel that the front body is able to open. And just take it easy. It's pretty deep. Little rolling forwards of the left hip. Stability into the front leg. You might find that your stability comes and you can reach the right arm away. You can even make a little mudra with that arm. Just 3 more breaths here. Think, smile if you can. Whew. Well done. And release that away. I'll turn around to show you the other side there. So our left foot steps forwards. We send the right knee back. See how it feels to come up. Now, of course, the nature of lifting up through the front body is going to intensify gravity into your hips, which is why if this is enough, then that's fine. You can consider how it feels. If this knee really jams up, just tuck the back toes and work the pose like that, that's fine. Otherwise, you might find the knee bends and you reach for the foot. Oh, I'm definitely tighter this side. Oh my goodness. Gracious me. Maybe a little bit of balance there. Strong and stable into this front leg. 3 more breaths. Sink, 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 sink. Lift, 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 lift. Sink into the hips, lift through the chest. Well done. And release. Sigh of relief. Gracious. Okay, so now is where you have a little play with going into the full pose. So start with the right leg forwards, and then just see where you get to. So if we think of that splits, where Hanuman flying over the mountain, leaping. What do you wish to leap into? Let yourself fly. Don't hold yourself back. So just see how it all feels. Don't force. Don't push. In time, you allow the body to align. So think about shoulders stacking over the hips, crown of the head. But that will intensify gravity. So if you need to fold forwards to begin with, that's fine too. And just see. I think that's about my maximum. I used to be able to do the full thing on this side. I need to do some more, I think. My muscles have got a little bit tight, but that's okay. 3 more breaths. Smiley eyes, hopeful heart. Whew, letting off steam. Well done. Just ease out of that. It can be a little bit messy coming out of this pose. I quite like to tip over to the right there. Now I know for sure I'm tighter on the other leg, so left leg forwards for me is tighter. See how it feels for you. Let me know if you got there. Okay, so taking time. You can see that I'm very much folded in my front body. If I come up, just feels just a little bit too intense, but you can rise all the way up. Again, up to you. Explore, explore, explore. We'll just do 3 more deep breaths. Undulate the spine perhaps. Feel that your body is like the water. And release. You let yourself roll over to the left there. Come out. Well done. And just sit for a little moment. Coming to cross-legged, especially if you find cross-legged challenging after working pretty deeply into the hips and quads, you might go, oh, I feel like this is a bit more accessible, perhaps. So let's seal the practice. Remember your offering. Remember those people who are inspirational to you. Spend more time with them, or learn from them, grow with them. Together we evolve. Together we are the community. Together we are wholly aligned. Namaste.